The Northern Sea in winter is not a place designed for survival. It is a place designed to remind you of the difference between the world's scale and yours. The waves running 20 feet high on a calm night, and the wind carrying ice crystals that cut like needles through anything that isn't prepared for them. Lapras has crossed these waters so many times that it knows them the way it knows the sound of its own breathing, knows which currents run warm beneath the cold surface, which channels between the ice shelves cut the wave height, which stars to navigate it by when the clouds cover everything else. It has ferried hundreds of travelers across these waters over the decades, and it has never lost one. Not because the sea is forgiving, but because Lapras isn't. Tonight, the storm is worse than most, the way steep and unpredictable, and the visibility near zero in the driving snow. And Lapras is already 2 hours into the crossing when it feels the pressure change that means something is in the water nearby, something alive but barely, something holding on. It finds the sailor 20 meters off its side, clinging to a piece of decking with hands that have gone past feeling cold into the dangerous stillness of hands that have accepted the cold, his face below the waterline more than above it. Lapras gets under him without hesitation, rising slowly and bearing his weight on its shell with the careful deliberateness it uses for its most fragile passengers. And the sailor gets his arms around its neck and holds on with whatever strength remains in them, which is not much, but is enough. It turns toward shore. The storm doesn't ease because Lapras has made this decision. It gets worse, the way storms often do when they sense someone has committed to something, the waves steepening and the wind finding a more direct angle. Lapras plants itself in the water and moves through it rather than over it, using the mass of its body as a keel against the swells, rolling with the largest impacts the way it has learned over decades. You do not fight the ocean, you work within it. You find its rhythms, even at their most violent, and move in the spaces between them. The sailor's breathing is audible even through the storm, shallow and too quiet, and Lapras keeps what awareness on it as it navigates, tracking that shallow rhythm the way it tracks the current, adjusting its pace to keep the motion smooth. 2 hours. The amber lights of the coastal town emerge from the storm like a memory becoming real, and the harbor master's boat is already coming out to meet them, because someone is always watching on nights like they get the sailor off its shell with practiced hands, blankets appearing, and in all the organized movement, no one notices that Lapras has already turned back toward the open water, because there is still night left, and there are still people who need to cross. And the sea is what it is, and Lapras is what it is, and that has always been, and will always be, enough.